morning, everyone. My name is Karla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also other crafts that I'm involved in and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is Sunday. It is March 21st. Welcome to spring. I'm not sure if the first day of spring is the 20th or the 21st, but either way, we're there. And today is my FlossTube number 86. And Baggy is wanting to say hi or wanting to yell at me or something. So this is my cat Bagheera, for those of you who are new to my channel. And if you are new, welcome. We're very happy to see you. Right, Buggy? He doesn't care. As long as I'm petting. All right, go ahead. So occasionally you'll hear him meowing or scratching or doing other things in the backgrounds of my video. Usually when I'm doing a video, he just lays down and takes a nap right in the middle of my spot. I think that's what he likes, is stretching out on my bed right where I normally am. So again, welcome to those of you who have not been to my channel before. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you like what you see, what I have to offer, and want to hit like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And if you are a returning subscriber, viewer, thank you. Thank you for coming back and sharing this time with me each week. I enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy spending this time with you. I love getting comments from you and seeing all of your wonderful love and support that you're putting out there to me in the world. And so thank you very much for coming by. Weather. We always talk about weather a little bit. It's very nice and bright and springy and sunny here. It has been kind of rainy the past week or so, off and on. So gray to really sunny spring, but today it's very, very spring-like, and there's kind of a brisk breeze, but the skies are super blue and nice sunshine today. So I guess the biggest news is that I got an appointment for my COVID vaccine. Yay! So I will be getting my first vaccine on the 30th. So that's like a week from Tuesday. And I'm getting the Moderna vaccine. It was a little bit of I don't even want to say an ordeal, because it wasn't that much of an ordeal, but it was just a little bit of going online and kind of being a tiny bit persistent with what I was doing to get the appointment. It's not like you can just log on somewhere and immediately get an appointment. I mean, you have to fill out some questionnaires, and I actually went to a couple different sites. California has like a central site, I think, called My Turn, and then there was an Orange County site called Athena that I went through. And basically by completing those, I found out I was eligible. And then it was just a matter of getting an appointment. And then finally I went on to Kaiser, which is my insurance provider. And I got actually an appointment through Kaiser, which you don't have to get it through your insurance provider. You don't even have to be insured to get the COVID vaccine. But I do have my first vaccine scheduled. Aaron and Stacy actually got scheduled as well, and they got scheduled after me, but they got scheduled for tomorrow. So and they found a place by their house, which is actually a drive-through vaccine. So it's really convenient for them, because they don't even have to worry about taking turns with the kids. They can just load the kids in the car, go. And then Stacy's is at 4 o'clock and Aaron's is at 4:15. So, and I guess they just come up to your car window and shoot you in the arm. I actually have to go walk into a Kaiser facility, but oh well. So in a month and a half or so, all of us will be vaccinated. So that is good. And because of that, I think that Aaron and Stacey decided to allow Reagan to go to the final competition of the year, which is in Vegas. It's still totally socially distanced, and there's not any kind of audience thing. I mean, you basically go and drop your cheerer off. They're kept separated, then they go in and do their thing. It's kind of like a big deal thing. Like a big ordeal, I should say. But it is the last competition of the year, And I think that they are considering letting her go. At first it was like no, because nobody's vaccinated. But now that the adults are vaccinated, they are thinking about letting her go. And if they do decide to go for the weekend, then I will join them. And except for Reagan going to the few minutes at the competition, then I think we're just going to be, you know, doing our normal kind of relaxing vacation, which for us means sitting around by the pool and or the fire, depending on the time of year, and just hanging out and being together. So hopefully that will happen. I know Reagan would really like it if she gets to go and participate in that, because she's never missed a competition, and COVID has created all kinds of weirdnesses. So if she gets to go do that, then I think she'd be really happy. So keep your fingers crossed for that. Let's see. My notes are right here in front of me, so that's why I keep looking down. I feel like this week, so stitching wise, I managed to craft every day. I didn't stitch every day, almost, but I did some other things that I feel are like stitching related. Like I kitted up a couple projects, which I'm going to show you. So I'm getting stuff ready for the next couple months. And, but I did craft every day. I did diamond painting, or I did needle felting one day, and I'll show you the results of that. So I think that was good. I think it's really important for me to get some of that, get that creative energy flowing at night to keep my well-being in check. In addition to that, like during the day at work, you know, I did work stuff, but I also feel like I was a little bit efficient at the adulting this past week. I got my taxes turned in, and I did my lease renewal for my apartment because they had not offered a lease. I've been on month to month for, gosh, since I think July, because they weren't offering any leases to anybody during COVID. Everybody just went month to month at the same rate. So I knew eventually that I was going to have a lease offer, and thankfully they didn't increase the rent that much. But of course there was an increase, because you can't live in an apartment in California and not have an increase every single year. Your money coming in doesn't increase, but every year the money going out does, which is why California can be a very difficult place to live financially. So I did that this week. Oh, I took my car in on Friday. It was long overdue for an oil change and tune-up and stuff. And because of COVID, and because, I mean, I am completely at fault for this. Last year, when my registration was due, I also had to get my car smog checked. And I paid my registration, but I never went in and got the smog check done because it was COVID, and I didn't want to go sit and get a smog check done. So I was completely lax on that, and so of course I didn't get my tags. Now my registration was paid, but I've been driving without proper tags on my car, which is dangerous. You can get your car impounded, you can get a ticket, you can get all kinds of things. And then now my registration is coming due again, and so I need to get it all taken care of. I have to be an adult and get these things done. So anyway, I took my car in to the guy that works on my car. He has a small business. He does it out of his house. He's very good. And I brought it into him. And also I asked him if he could get it smog checked for me, because he does have connections. And I figured if it didn't pass the smog check, he's the one who would have to fix it anyway to get it to pass the smog check. So it's just easier if he does it. So he went ahead and tuned up my car. It's running much better now. And he said there was a code in the system. And so he cleared the code. And apparently you clear the code, but then you have to actually drive for a while to clear the system. I don't know exactly how it works. So he told me I had to drive some this weekend, which I wasn't planning on doing, and then bring it back in on Monday, and he will check the system, and if it's cleared, he'll take it and get it smogged for me. So anyway, that's to say that I had to drive this weekend. So, Wednesday was St. Patrick's Day, as you guys know, And so I had decided to get a little bit of a St. Patrick's meal, something I don't have all the time. And there was a restaurant that was, when I looked during the day on DoorDash, was doing like a corned beef and cabbage dinner. But by the time I went to go order it at night for dinner, I realized that the restaurant was only open like for lunch, brunch, and they were closed already. So I looked around and there was another restaurant that had like a Reuben sandwich, corned beef sandwich. Sounded really great. I ordered that. I got it. It was disgusting. I expected like thin slices of corned beef, like the one I'm used to, and it was like this big thick slab that was like chewy. It was just not good. I was so disappointed. So when I found out I had to drive around yesterday, my immediate thought was to go to my favorite delicatessen, which is a little bit far from me now. It's like a half-hour drive. So I figured that would be perfect. I would put in an order with them, go pick up my corned beef sandwich, and that's what I did. So I drove all the way out to Los Alamitos to get a corned beef sandwich, and it was delicious. I had half of it for lunch and half of it for dinner, and that was the perfect corned beef sandwich. And I drove my car. So that's what I did yesterday. So of course I didn't get the chores done that I had in mind to get done, not that I would have anyway, but I spent a good hour and a half driving back and forth to get my corned beef sandwich. So Wednesday was the 17th, the St. Patrick's Day. Thursday was the 18th, which is my non-anniversary. So those of you who've been watching me for a while know that I went through kind of a devastating divorce in 2016, 2017. And March 18th was my wedding anniversary. And so I was kind of like all week, just, I wasn't sure if I was going to be upset, if I wasn't going to be upset. And actually the day passed without really too much feeling one way or the other. So that was kind of good. I mean, obviously it was kind of on the top of my mind. You know, I still regret, I have sadness about the ending of the marriage. I don't have sadness about the person anymore. But I do have sadness about the person I married as opposed to the person who divorced me. Anyway, so anybody who's been through that, you know all of the complicated feelings that go along with it. And but I got through it okay, and I still was pretty productive this week, and so yay me. Let's see, did a bunch of adult things. So I think that's it. I talked for 12 minutes without showing you a bit of crafty goodness, so I think it's about time to get into that, don't you? Okay, last week I showed you my sister-in-law Stacy's first finished project. It was so great, but it was like in a frame that was way too small and it looked squished. And I didn't want to wait and show it to you because I was so excited to show you the stitching. But this week I got the correct frame that she had ordered. It got sent to me and I reframed it. And here it is for real. And so I just wanted to show you guys the finished product. We realized that I was supposed to show her how to put her initials and stuff, and we forgot. So she just asked if I could do it for her. So I did that little bit. But I'm getting my ring light glare. But I just think it looks great. She hasn't seen it in real life. She's just seen a picture that I sent, and now she'll see this, but she'll get it this weekend. And as I said last week, I couldn't be prouder. I can't be more excited about this cross stitch if I stitch it myself. I'm just really excited that she found the craft, that I kind of pushed her into it, and she likes it. And now I have a stitchy partner in crime, somebody that I can talk about all my stitching to, and her eyes don't glaze over. And she's excited for me, and she's excited for her, and she's stitching pretty much every night. So I love that. Okay, where am I gonna put this so it doesn't get hurt? Right down here. Okay. So finishes for me. I had a small diamond painting finish, I guess. I showed you guys these pouches before. I got 2 of them. They're little, you know, makeup bags that could be used. Actually, I'll probably end up using it for a small cross stitch project because they're cute. And it was, you know, it's a Special Gems one. I did this in like I would say an evening and a half. It went really, really fast, very easy to do. And I also discovered that, where did I put them? The crayons, the wax, the Pretty Placers wax crayons, which I bought a bunch of them because they were kind of like a new and exciting thing. And I liked them. I liked the way they smelled. They don't work that great for me for regular diamond painting because you have to have a really light touch with these. And I like to kind of use my pen or my tool to like move the drills around a tiny bit when I'm doing the diamond painting, and these don't work for that. But for this, they were perfect, and they were really good because if you've ever done this kind of diamond painting with the specialty gems, it's hard to pick up the weird shaped things or the bigger things, and this worked perfectly. So if you like doing special shaped gems or like the crystally ones, these Pretty Placers were perfect. And these are from a shop on Etsy. I don't know if they're still selling out as quickly as they were before. They were like a hot item for a while because some of the top, you know, diamond painting YouTube people were like talking about them. Stitchery still loves them and bought like 1,000 of them. So they were going super fast. I don't know if it's still like that. I haven't bought them in a while. But check the site, because if you do diamond painting, if you do this type of thing, they worked really well. They're kind of expensive. They're about $8 each. They smell great and they work really good. So, so I would recommend them if you do this kind of thing and want a little bit of a treat of another little accessory. So that was my little diamond painting finish this week. And I don't have any like stitchy finishes, new starts. So along the lines of the diamond painting, and I will show you in haul because I got a bunch of these. I showed you last week, I did that little diamond dots ornament thing for my tree. Now the problem is that I have this, what I'm calling a seasonal tree. I've been kind of like changing out the colors on it every month, and which I like, and I want it to have for small stitches, small craft things. And I bought a bunch of like Mill Hill kits and stuff, and it's gonna be there and to grow as time goes on. For the first couple years, there's not gonna be a lot on it, and hopefully, you know, as time goes on, I will have more little tiny small things that I can put on that tree. So when I did that little diamond dots diamond painting ornament, I thought, hey, this is a great way to get some stuff on my tree a little bit quicker, and little small projects that I can do maybe in an evening or an hour if I'm on a call or something. So I went to go look on Amazon, and when you look at ornaments, you're gonna get a lot of Christmas stuff. I don't celebrate Christmas, so that didn't appeal. But then I thought about it and I'm like, well, wait a minute. And I looked up diamond painting keychains, and that is the key. So I ended up getting a bunch of those, and I did do half of one. So the thing about these is they're kind of like on a lucite keychain, and they're double-sided, so you diamond paint on both sides. So I just did one side of this one so far. Some of them are like specialty, they've got specialty diamonds like that. Some of them don't. And I will show you, I got a bunch of them in the past week, and so I'll show you them when we get kind of to the haul section, but I did start one, so I wanted to show it to you here. And you know, so I've only done one side so far. I did do my little trick of putting the micro beads on it to kind of fill in the like sticky edges. And I kind of did green at the bottom and red at the top. I have a little bit of bleed, but that doesn't bother me. And then they come with like keychain hangers, so I'll be able to put them on my tree very easily. And so that was fun to do. And they're, you know, they're plastic, they're hard, so they will last on my tree. And I decided to start with the roses. I got a set, there's 4 of them. because I can put these on my tree in April. I probably put this one in February as well, but April because my mom's birthday, her name was Rosalind, so I thought the roses would work on my April tree. But I'll show you the rest of them when we get to the haul section. But this was a set of 4 roses, so there's like pink and a purple, a blue, and then the red one. And then these, it comes with these like keychain things, and there's a hole in the top of each one. So that was my only like new starty type thing this week. And then, that's not true, I did do a needle felting project. So while I was on the phone with Stacy on Monday, normally we diamond paint together, but I decided to go ahead and try the needle felting. I got all of this stuff that I showed you last week, so I figured, you know, if I got it, I gotta like do this occasionally. So I went ahead and I tried to make a little animal, and I did finish him. I posted him, excuse me, on Instagram. So if you follow me there, you can see this is how big he is. He fits in my palm. It was supposed to be a cat. I don't think I did the ears very well. This ear I think turned out pretty good as far as shape and everything. This ear is a little wonky, but they're too big. They're like way too big. So Stacy thought he kind of looked like a mouse, except the tail's not right. And I kind of think he looks like a bunny, but the tail's not right. But he's supposed to be a cat, so I don't know. He's confused. He doesn't know if he's a bunny or a cat or a mouse. But he's a cute little animal. And I had fun making him, and I learned some stuff about needle felting. The tail, I don't think I felted tight enough. It's a little too squishy. I should have probably done it more. But the rest of him, I think, is the right amount of firmness. And I think he's cute. I mean, I really think he's really adorable. And he was fun to do. And he took maybe an hour or so. So I will have to make some more of these little guys and see if I can get better and make it look actually like the animal it's supposed to look like, instead of sort of a hybrid cute animal. So what am I going to do with him? I don't know. He's going to sit over here on my desk. I could actually put pins in him if I needed to. Use him as a little pin cushion. Okay, so there's that guy. Okay, so there were no new starts other than that, and whips. I worked on 3 projects this week, but I'm going to show you 4 because I realized last week I had worked on this project and forgot to show it to you. So this is my chickadees, crossed wing collection chickadees that I'm making for my friend Tracy. And I'm turning this is going to be like a series of birds that I may be working on for the next 20 years. But I have a whole bunch of them that I want to make for her, and I have the fabric already. And yeah, so spring in Pennsylvania has kind of started, and she said the birds are coming back, and the chipmunks are coming back and everything from their hibernation time. So she considers those her pets. So she's very excited that her pets are back in the picture. And again, when I worked on this, not last week, but the week before, I worked down here. And I think I did a little bit more on the bird's body, but I got much more done on the berry part. And I think it's good to have these birds in my repertoire, because I feel like they're pretty much going to be the most naturalistic, realistic stitching that I do, just because that's not what I typically am drawn to for myself. So I like having them, that I'm making them for Tracy. She loves that kind of like very natural, realistic, hot, realistic looking stitching. I guess it's good it's hot, right? As long as I don't put my finger on it. I put a little mug warmer here on my desk because I don't drink my tea fast enough and it gets cold and then it doesn't taste good. But That makes the bottom of the glass really hot. Okay. What else did I work on? Oh, I worked on my violet nosegay counted canvas project. A little bit. And there's not much to say about that. I did more green around the edge. I filled in. I had a few stitches missing on one of these. One of these blue sections. Why does that look weird? Oh, it's just a different color. I mean, it's not a different color. It's where the color shades. I actually had to frog out a bit on this, which was annoying. I was doing like the last couple boxes here in the blue, and I realized that I had done one extra row of the dark purple. So I had to pull out this whole box that I'd done next to it, which was correct, but it was over too far, and so everything wasn't lining up. So I had to pull out a little bit on this, which I've never had to do. That was annoying, but I put it back in. But the counted canvas, I just love it. I love that the fibers that they use, that I use for the counted canvas, are so vibrant and so pretty. They're fun to work with. And then the last two projects, which I've been showing you every week, but that's not a problem because I love them both. I have Madame Chantilly's Cats in the Rain, and this is a sal that I'm doing with Amy Sprinkle Sting Stitches. And I have to show you, now normally you do stitchy kindness at the end, right? But I have to show you this because I've been holding off putting it on the project so that I could show you guys. So, where is it? Here it is. Okay. So Amy and I have been talking, or Instagram messaging, I guess. And she said, oh, she asked for my address. She said, I have a little something, and you'll know when you get it why. So then, gosh, like not the next day, the day after, I got this package from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I'm like, I haven't ordered anything from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and this was inside it. There was no note or anything, but I'm like, this has got to be what Amy was talking about. So this is the Cats in the Rain pattern, or Cats in the Rain. So I got another. I got another little cat finished, and I finished the boots and the legs and everything on my little girl. And this is what Amy sent me. Like, how perfect is this? This is from Cassie's Needle Minders, and it was sent from Autumn Lane Stitchery. Look at that. Cat in the Rain. So perfect and so cute. So this is from Amy, and I haven't put it on here because I was waiting to show it to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on right now. I'm going to take off my little dragon scale needle minder and put this one instead. How cute is that? So I love this project. So I'm doing it with Amy, as I said. And we started this after my mom passed away, although we were planning on doing it anyway. But Amy suggested that we use as a hashtag #CatSal for Mom. So that's what I've been using because my mom loved this pattern. I showed it to her when I first got it, and she thought it was so cute. And, you know, my mom was like the original cat lady. And I'm doing this on a piece of BestitchMe linen fabric, Opal linen. And I say all the time, linen's not my favorite, but Brandy's linen, BestitchMe linen is really nice. Nice and smooth and easier to stitch on than regular linen. It's still not my favorite, but the color and the prettiness of it makes it all worth it. It is a very pretty purpley color. When I hold it up close, it grays out. This is much better coloring. And then I've changed the colors to, this is a color in cotton, I think called Enchanted. And I'm not sure what this one is. Where'd I put my... That's a Weeks Dye Works in Boysenberry. And those were both flosses that I got at Hanukkah from lovely viewers. So. And as far as the cat colors, I pulled a few extra like grays, so I could just put a little bit more variety in the cats. So I think I have 5 more cats to do. And then of course the umbrella. But I'm really enjoying stitching on this, and the little cat faces make me really happy, so that is a win-win all the way around. Oops. Cats in the Rain by Madame Chantilly. Oops, and I did not put this back in. Okay, and then the last project I worked on this week, I'm also doing, as I saw with Amy, Sprinkleseed Stitches. And we're doing this in honor of her kitty cat who passed away in February, actually on Valentine's Day, Grouchy. And she wanted to do a project to honor him, as we stitchers do when something happens. Happy, sad, momentous. We tend to want to do a project to memorialize it in some way, to remember it. And so she wanted to do that, and she picked this chart because aside from the fact that it's really a cute chart, it also is, the proceeds of this chart are being used to help an animal shelter. So she thought it was a good way to honor her kitty. So it's Chester's Place by Whistlestop Stitcher Designs, Jennifer Grace. And the Sal is hashtag Sal for Grouchy. I really wanted to get the border done. I mean, the border isn't done because I haven't gotten the little red flowers in, but I got the green all the way around. I actually stayed up late last night because I was trying to get it done. And it met up. I had no like border meeting problems, which was very nice. It's a pretty easy border, counting wise. So I pulled all my own flosses. I think I'm using all Gentle Arts on this. Yeah. So I just pulled Gentle Arts that were either the called for or similar to the called for, gave the same feels. I have a couple extra colors in here because I'm going to make a little bit of a change down at the bottom. So the animals that are charted on here are the animals that were owned by Jennifer's sister, because it was done for Chester, which was Jennifer's sister's cat who needed oral surgery. So it's charted with like Chester in the middle and then all the other animals that her sister has adopted over the years, which is great, but I'm going to adapt it and have my animals, and I'm going to do the 3 animals that are in my life right now on one side, and then I'm going to put a little rainbow in the middle for the rainbow bridge, and then I'm going to have the 3 animals that I most recently have lost in like the last 10 years on the other side. So I did more of the words as well this week, And I'm not sure what I had done last week, if I had shown you if I had done part of the house and this little start of this bush or not, but definitely this week I worked on the border. So I probably will do the red flowers with the border next as I do other stuff as well. But I was very excited to get that border done. And then, you know, it seems like it's a big chart, and then you put it up and it's not that big. I mean, it's really not. So but this one has actually been really fun to stitch on as well. This is an even weave. I think it's a 32 count, and it's like a mystery. I got it off of eBay. It's like this really pretty opal-y, very light lavender and green mottled, which I really like that combination of lavender and green together. And yeah, and I don't know. I mean, as I said, it's a mystery from eBay. It was obviously a piece that was like cut in half or something, because it's all nicely serged around all but one edge. But it's really nice fabric. I wish I knew what it was, because I really like it. But as I said, it was a mystery. It was an eBay find. So that was all my whips. But as I said, I also did some kitting up this week, which to me is very much, you know, it's part of the stitching process. So I kitted up Bellatrix, which I'm planning on starting in April. So what I've been doing this year is each month I've picked kind of like a little theme, and then I've picked the 5 or 6 projects that I have that kind of fit into that theme. And those are what I'm focusing on stitching on, although, you know, I can pull other things if I feel like it. I felt like that was a way to kind of like narrow down my whips and be able to focus on less during the course of a month and get more progress done and not quite feel so scattered. I'm at that point where I'm feeling like I need to like really make some progress on some pieces, because I'm feeling like I have too many whips. That being said, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop starting things, because I have things on my radar to start, definitely for April, definitely for May. And then after that, maybe then I'll have kind of no new starts until maybe August, when I do something for my birthday. But I always say that, and then things come up and I want to start them. And so I don't like putting like, you can't do XYZ rules on myself. But I do also know that my comfort level, if I start getting too many whips, I'm not comfortable anymore. I start feeling overwhelmed. And when I feel overwhelmed, I do less instead of more. So that's why I kind of have started this theme thing, and it seems to be working for me. I'm enjoying doing it. Anyway, so I decided my theme for April is going to be pretty ladies. So I can work on my memorabilia, I can work on my full coverage, I can work on my night walk down, which I haven't touched in a while. And I'm going to definitely, in April, I'm going to start the memorial piece for my mom, which fits because she's a pretty lady, right? And then I wanted to start the Bella Filipina Bellatrix, because I love it. It also fits for Stitch Asia, which I don't know if that's continuing in April, continuing forever kind of thing, but it does fit, because obviously Bella Filipina is an Asian designer. I just love this. I mean, a lot of people have started it. She's so beautiful. On top of that, my D&D character that I play with my niece and nephew and my brother, I decided this is her. So that's what she looks like when she's not adventuring, wearing armor and stuff. This is what she looks like when she's at home and comfortable. So she's actually a cleric. She's not a sorceress, but I don't care. This is what she looks like in my head when I'm playing her now. She also has this great kitty. I've noticed, and I will show you when I get to haul, 3 of the pretty lady patterns that I have gotten in the last 6 months, because I got a memorabilia that fits this as well. I was gonna say if I can see it really easily. and I can't. Oh well. Florentina is the one that I'm talking about. She has a white cat in it. Bellatrix has a cat, and then the one I'm going to show you, which I'm also going to start in April, has a cat as well. So I think that there's something with the cat that makes me like the pattern even more. Anyway, so I kitted her up. I just used all the called for on this. I didn't get clever. I pulled this fabric from my stash. This was given to me, I think, for my birthday, like in 2019, by Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher. And it's such a pretty piece of fabric. And I've been holding on to it because I just felt like it needed something special. And I feel like this is special. This piece of fabric is gorgeous. And so I kitted everything up. This is the method that I use for kitting up larger projects. I use these floss drop cards. And then I just put stickers. Sometimes I'll cut the stickers out of like a pattern, or make a copy of the pattern and do it on sticky paper. Sometimes I'll cut them up and put stickers over them. In this case, I just decided to handwrite the numbers and the symbols because they were pretty easy to copy. And then if I have specialty flosses, I just put them in bags like this and attach it as well. Now, and then there's one, what is this? Water lily silk. So I got all of the Krynic, but there were 2 colors that were back ordered, and they've been back ordered for a long time. And I actually went on the Krynic site to see if I could maybe order them directly from Krynic, which I don't think you can, but in any case, one of the colors at least wasn't even on their list, which means they're not even manufacturing it now. So I basically decided I didn't feel like waiting anymore. So I decided to go and get something as a substitute. And I'm not 100% sure. The 2 colors that I'm missing, one was called Plumberry and one was called Bronze, I believe. So I went ahead and I got some Petite Treasure Braid, Rainbow Gallery, and I got these 5 colors, and I figured that with these 5 colors, I can figure out which 2 would work as the Plumberry and the Bronze. I probably think this is going to be a good Plumberry, and maybe this will be good for the Bronze, or that one. I don't know. They're all so pretty. And I'm just going to use these as a substitution. And I'll just figure it out when I get to the area where they're used, which I think is going to be quick because I think it's up in the top corner that these start being used. And I'll see how it looks with the other colors that are in the pattern. But I figured that would work fine. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I wasn't going to hold off on stitching it because I can't get those 2 Krynics. And these are really pretty. And I thought it was also a good opportunity to see like the difference between using Krynic and using Petite Treasure Braid, because a lot of people say they like Petite Treasure Braid better. And so I thought it would be a good way to test it out, because then I'll have both in the project. And I will be able to make an informed decision on that. Okay, so that was the kit up for Bellatrix. This is a Lugana, by the way. It's a 28 count Lugana Opal. And does it have a name? Doesn't have a name. And then the other project that I can't... Okay, how many times am I going to put away a project and not put the pattern back in there? In one video. This is twice. Okay, so the other project that I kitted up, I did this actually last night when I was on a Zoom. I was playing D&D, but there's a little bit of downtime in D&D, so I was doing this kind of at the same time. I got this pattern from Michelle Bendy Stitchy as a gift. I actually won. She was doing an like a online, excuse me, not an auction necessarily, but she was doing a destash, and she kind of did it as a lottery each piece. So you were kind of like putting your name in to win the right to purchase some of her destash items. And I won this one, or I won the right to purchase this one, but she never invoiced me. She just sent it to me as a gift after my mom passed, just as a, you know, I want to put a smile on your face kind of gift. And it was an impulse when I saw this, when she showed it, I was like, that's kind of cool. And I put my name in and I won. It was like really exciting. So it's called Night Creatures by The Gathering Place. And so I kitted it up. I showed you the fabric, I think last week. I ordered some fabric from BestitchMe. And this is in the colorway Steel. It's a 32 count Opal Lugana. And it's a very, very light model. But it's really, really pretty. It's got kind of a little bit of like, oh, there you can see kind of like a pinky blushy in there as well. It's not just like a straight silvery gray. There's some purpley color and a little bit of pinky color. It's really pretty. I mean, I think it's going to work well for that, for this chart. And so the change that I'm kind of making as far as colors is I'm doing most everything kind of is called for, color-wise, not what it uses. But I'm not really an orange yellow person, so I decided to change the pods to like a magenta red pink family. And then the cat is charted with the same, it's supposed to be a very dark blue, that's in the tree. So I'm doing the tree with the dark blue and everything, but I wanted to do the cat with a purple. Excuse me. It went away. It's gonna come back. Oh, no! Oh my god, I hate that. Alright. Okay, so I really wanted to have an opportunity to use the wonderful hand-dyed flosses from Mystical Diamond Art. And it's Amy Obsessively Crafty, and her business is Mystical Diamond Art. And she asked me to be one of her reps and basically show you guys her hand-dyed flosses. She has a monthly, floss club. She hand dyes 5 colors, 8 yard skeins every month, and I think the club is $9.75 plus shipping. And then if you're not in the club, then if there's extra sets, she'll put them in her shop for $10.75 plus shipping, I think. And then after those go out, if there's still leftovers, then she'll sell them colors separately by the skein. Anyway, so I wanted to use the majority of her colors. And I ended up, I'm using mostly her colors. I have 1 Needle Necessities that I picked, a couple Gentle Arts, and then some Classic Colorworks and Color and Cotton that I've gotten as gifts for Hanukkah and stuff. So these are the colors that I picked, and these are the greens. This color is just going to be in the eyes of the creatures that are in the pods. I'm using these 2 colors for the moon, which the moon is kind of really tone on tone in the pattern. And so I was kind of trying to get that. I think that this is going to do that tone on tone thing when it's 1 strand, and then this will be the darker color, which has kind of purple and beige in it. I mean, purple and gray. So I think that'll work. And then this is Black Crow. This is going to be the main color for the black blue trunk of the tree, shadows, that kind of thing. And then these are the other blues that I pulled for it. This eggplant color is going to be the cat. And then these are the two accent colors that are on the cat and the tree. And then these are the colors that I picked for the pods. Instead of the oranges and yellows, I picked these coral, pinky, purpley, maroon colors. And I think that'll work really well. I held them all against each other in like the order that they appear in the different pods, and I think it's gonna look really pretty. And it's just a little bit more me, but I still think it's gonna, I think with all the other colors, it's gonna still have that moodiness. I hope so. But anyway, so that is the kitting up that I did. I need to take this to work on Monday and just make a copy of the pattern. I'm gonna show you the pattern there. Because that's what I like to do, and then I never really take this out of the bag, and I can actually put the whole project in like a smaller bag. When I'm stitching, I usually stitch with a hoop, and now I'm clipping a light to the hoop, and then I like to kind of fold up the pattern, the chart, and I'll fold it up into like a size of like that, the area that I'm working on, and then I use either a clip on the side or a needle minder to, you know, actually clip it to the hoop, and then it's right there when I'm stitching. Okay, so the rest of haul, I showed you the rainbow gallery that I got for Bellatrix. With that order, I got a couple diamond dots ornaments again for my tree. I got a rose that I kind of again want to do this before April, in honor of my mom. And then I got a ladybug, which also is in honor of my mom. When we were when I was growing up, we went, she was a Girl Scout leader and I was in her troop, but we went to camp, and her name, I think her name was Ladybug, and because all of the leaders, instead of calling them Miss whatever, their last name or their first name, they all had an animal, and she was Ladybug. This little bit of haul is from like weeks ago, and when I showed you all of the lovely mystical diamond art flosses, I had said that Amy had just sent me as a little gifty some extra weeks dye works that she had from her shop, because she used to sell it. I don't know that she still does. And she sent me some weeks dye works, and I couldn't find it. So I just found it this morning. It had like slipped under my little bookcasey, it's not a bookcase, but my little thing there. It was kind of at the bottom. And I was looking for the needle minder that the other Amy sent me, because I lost that for a minute too, and then found these. So these are the weeks dye works that she sent me. Kind of cool. This will be good for Halloween stitching. Actually, this one would be good for Halloween stitching too, and this one would be good for Halloween stitching. And then, so yeah, so those were a gift from Amy Obsessively Crafty. So again, thank you, Amy, even though this was from weeks ago. Weeks from weeks ago. Okay, this was a eBay fabric purchase. I think this actually is, looks like it might be heart anger. I don't know. It's a weird fabric. I mean, it's really pretty. It feels more fabric-y than cross-stitch fabric-y, but it's definitely, you know, an even weave fabric. But it was, you know, it was like a $7 piece of fabric or something. And when I see stuff like that, I'm a sucker. So I thought that would be nice to have. I have to go back and see if I can see the listing, and if I can put a label on it of some kind. Let's what else? These I got for my niece and nephew because I was buying all these little diamond painting things. So Hudson is 6 and he actually likes diamond painting, but you know, he has the attention span of a 6-year-old. So he'll do it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe if he's really into it, and then he's done. And I think sometimes that's frustrating because he wants to do something, but then there's no like result. So I got this little set of stickers. So there's 12 of them. They're on 2 sheets of 6. So we can do it easily and give each of them 1 sheet, or we can do it difficult because they're going to want different ones. But we'll each get 6. It actually came with this like big tray and the pen and wax, and then the more crystally diamonds. I might actually bring over their pretty placer, a couple pretty placers for them, because I think they're easier to use with the bigger ones, and it might be actually easier for Hudson to use. But anyway, so they're stickers, and then you diamond paint the stickers, and then you can put them on something. And I know Hudson is going to love doing this one, the robot, and then you can't see it, it's behind here, but there's a big cheer bow for Reagan because they wear these huge bows in their hair sticking up like right here. So I thought that one would be perfect for Reagan, and then they can nicely negotiate which ones are going to do the other ones. So that is for them. Then, as I said, I got a bunch of these sets of diamond painting keychains, and it's hard for you to see, so I'll just tell you. So I showed you the roses because those I took out of the package. I got a package of these little fruits. Those are really cute. Hearts, so there's 4 different ones. These are the fruits, so you can't really see, but butterflies. And there's 4 or 5 butterflies, different colors with big, you know, like the marquee shape and everything. And then this one, there's 4 little cocktails, which I think are cute. And these would be perfect to put on the summer, in the summer months on the tree, I think. So yeah, I'm excited about those. They were not that expensive. You kind of have to look around because different sellers are selling them. You know, so there's different prices. They ranged in price from like $8 to $9 for a set of 4 or 5, up to like $16. I didn't get the more expensive ones. And then some of them you could get like more than one set. Like I got the set of hearts and the set of butterflies separately. They were like $9 or $10 each, and together it was like 14 or 15. So, you know, you save a little bit that way. But yeah, they weren't that expensive, and I think that they're a good, quick project. They're gonna be good for my tree. I'm excited about those. And then the last 2 pieces of haul, I got this. Actually, I got them together from 1 2 3 Stitch. This is just like a little add-on. I thought this was really cute. This is White Willow Stitching, which I like them, and I thought that this pattern would be like really like awesome on a really one of those really highly variegated, gorgeous pieces of fabric that you just love the fabric, but you might feel like the fabric's too busy to put anything on. So I thought that that would work really well on one of those kinds of fabrics, just monochromatic. I just thought that was really pretty. And then the last thing I got, and I think I'm going to start this in April as well. So this might be another 10-year project. This is a Dimensions Gold collection, which I know that they're very involved. But it's a kit, and this is a Nene Thomas artwork. This is called the Wind Moon Fairy. I know she has artwork of like 4 or 5 fairies, and on her site there's other cross stitch patterns. I guess this was the only one that was licensed to Dimensions, and so I just got the Dimensions kit. I just thought she was really pretty. I love that she has a little black cat sitting on the moon with her. The colors, just the fact that the blue, it feels very calming to me. I think it will be a calming sort of thing to work on. It comes with this sort of gray 16 count. Is it 16 count, Ada? Yeah, 16 count gray Ada. It's pretty much full coverage though, but I think that they give you the colored fabric because the background is done, most of it is done with 10 stitch or half stitch instead of full stitch. So I think a lot of it, like the main part of the fairy, is done with 2 strands full cross, and then the background is done with 3 strands half stitch. But it comes with the flosses on these little card things that you have to cut off. I think I'm gonna go ahead and like poke a hole. I have a hole punch. I'm gonna punch a hole above the colors to hang because they're super long, so you have to cut them in half. So once I cut it off, to have some place to put it back on. And then the main colors, it came with like a big, you know, hanks of it. So I'm gonna have to have some place to put those as well. But I think I can punch a hole in the top of these cards. There's 2 of them. But I just thought she's really pretty. And I think I'm gonna start her in April as well for my pretty lady. So that means I'm gonna be starting 3 things in April. So my whip count is getting up there. April and May is gonna get me up close to 40. And I think I really need to kind of cut it off, at least for the rest of the year, and not go much bigger than that for my own sanity. But okay. And yes, so next weekend is Passover. I'm going to be at Aaron and Stacy's from Friday night through probably Sunday morning, but I'll still come back and do my video on Sunday. So I'm going to have Seder with them on the first night of Passover, which is Saturday night. I'm looking forward to that. Last year we did it on Zoom because last year we were completely isolating from each other for 3 or 4 months, and Passover fell in there. So it'll be nice to actually have a Passover Seder in person this year. It'll be weird that we haven't had Seder with Mom in a while, but we've definitely, you know, called her and talked to her on Passover and that kind of thing, and it's going to be weird to have it without her even around to call, but I'm sure we'll have good remembrances next week. So anyway, until I see you guys again next week, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. Have a great week, you guys. This is Karla. Bye.